Alright, so this last one here, this will be a quick video. I'm just doing one example. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click that notifications bell. So here's a pretty typical problem. Apply the mean value theorem for f of x equals radical x plus 2 on the interval 2, 6. Okay, so basically we need to show when the instantaneous slope equals the average slope. Okay, we need to show that. The formula, once again, from the other page was this. Okay, that was the formula. So this side was instantaneous slope, this side is average slope. So if I'm going to do this, the easier of the two is actually this side. I don't know if it's easier, but we'll see. So I just need the derivative of my equation. So maybe it would help to rewrite the equation as x minus 2 to the 1/2. And then you just do a ninja rule, right? You bring, so now I'm doing f prime. You bring the old power in front. You subtract 1 from it, so we're at negative 1/2. And then you take times the derivative of what was inside. And the derivative of what was inside is pretty easy. I probably want to rewrite this a little nicer, because this is going to drop down to the bottom due to the negative exponent. But there already is a bottom. Remember, there's a 1 on top and a 2 on bottom for 1/2. And then if this guy goes and joins the bottom, now it has a 1/2 power, or radical. So there's my instantaneous slope. My average slope, I have to find with an x and a y point. So right now, when you see this, remember how I drew the picture and I'm like, okay, if you start here and you end here, there's the x part and the y part. There's the x part and the y part. Well, you have two x parts, 2 and 6. That's the starting point x, and that's the starting ending point x. How do you find the y's? I don't know, you just plug it in, right? When you put a 2 in here, you get 2 minus 2 is 0, square root that, and you get 0. So your starting point is 2, 0. The ending point, you put a 6 in here. 6 minus 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2. So it starts at 2, 0, it ends at 6, 2. And that's kind of handy because average slope is simply the y minus y and x minus x, right? y2, so here's your average slope. Your f of b is this guy. I'll write it down first. Heck, why not? So your y2 is 2 minus your y1, which is 0, over x2 minus x1. So that becomes 2 over 4, also known as 1/2. So I have an average slope of 1/2, an instantaneous slope of this crazy thing, and I need to find when are those two things equal. So you basically got two answers, and you got to bring them together. I want to say, when does this side, this is, by the way, every time you have a mean value theorem problem. You find the instant slope, you find the average slope, you set them equal to each other, and you solve. Okay, now how do I solve this? I don't know, fraction equals a fraction, just cross multiply. All right, divide both sides by 2, easy peasy. So you get 1 equals x minus 2 to the 1/2. That's also known as square root. So how do I undo that? You square both sides. Right, now I have x minus 2. And this side I have a 1. Right, I squared the left, I squared the right. Now I'm going to solve this guy by adding 2, and x is 3. That is the place. There's only one place, apparently, where the average slope equals the instantaneous slope. And does it fall between 2 and 6? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. If you looked at this graph, it would look something like this. It's a square root, so it's going to kind of do this. Right? Now, the average slope, if I drew it in red, would look like this. Here's a visual of what you did. And when does this instantaneous slope of this line ever equal that? Well, it starts off really steep, right? If I took an instantaneous slope, then it's getting less steep and less steep, and eventually you'll find that winner that's exactly parallel to the average slope, and then it flattens out too much. Here you have a really shallow steep, or shallow slope. Okay, so anyway, that's a visual of what we just found. The time when the average slope, which is red, equals the instantaneous slope, which is kind of this dark line in black right here. The same slope. Anyway, it happens at x is 3. Actually, my picture's pretty good. Look, x is 3. Nice job, me. Why, thank you, self. Alright, anyway, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.